Welcome, reading 3. I had a hell of a time putting this together, but I just wanted to get it just right for you. I don't know what your card is, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, I was feeling so many emotions. I can't even tell you. And let me just say, I don't know the words, so I just, that Christmas song, Star of Something, Star of Light, do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I if spirit calls me to, I'll put in the description box below. As you know, I always say, check in the description box. There's lots of pearls in there. Extensions of our learning and other things. But I feel like that's specific. So if that resonates with you, please feel free to comment below, because I kind of saw like a grandmother and a child on a couch, and the child looked very sad and looked like they were going through something really traumatic, and the grandmother was like humming that to them, and like kind of like they were kind of like half singing it and half humming it, and they were like stroking the child's hair. I couldn't tell, I just saw a child and a grandmother. I don't see a specific sex or gender or anything like that. It doesn't it's not about that. I just see, a child and a grandmother. So, maybe they used to sing that to you. I don't know. It could just be a grandmother spirit, like saying that that's us. Ooh, on my throat chakra. So work with your throat chakra, speak your truth. But it could just be them, like the divine feminine, like coddling us and looking after us kind of thing. Sorry, I just noticed this. Anyway, so you received the festival. Oh my gosh, number 27. I apologize. This card was on my altar when I had a little water mishap and it got really bad. So I had to put it in the sun. It's a little warped. But I was like, that's okay. Our tribe's a little warped. We like ourselves that way. Okay, so the festival, and that looks like a waxing crescent, number 27. It could even be something with the holidays with you guys, because these are just, not generic, but they're just like open messages. Each reading has different messages. The other two readings were completely different than this one. So and if you were drawn to any other readings, please, please, please always trust your intuition and go to that. So creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic event. So I feel like either, ooh, I just got the chills. Also, like, I feel like this looks like the Jewish star. We're going to read the card, but I felt like, and also this almost like, this was so different than the other ones. This felt like a womb. I felt like I was somehow creating like a womb or some safe space for you to be. Looks, see, like almost like you couldn't get comfortable, but spirit was trying to tell you, you can get comfortable. You can get as comfortable as you want to. This is your life. This is your story. This is your show. And somewhere along the line, spirit says you forgot that this is your party. And you can invite anyone to this party that you like. And you can have friends from all different backgrounds and religions. I loved that as a kid. I wanted to know more. My religion, to me, growing up as a kid, sucked. We were Christian, but looking back now, I realize it was more on the Baptist side. My mom always said, oh, we're just Christians. I'm like, well, so are Catholic people. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, so are Protestants. I'm like, I don't understand. And so also, I wonder why they wanted this to be set up, but look at this here. Do you see this flower crown? It looks like a crown. Like be the queen of your own festival. Maybe it's something you've been thinking about doing. If you're in the northern hemisphere, we are in the midst of fall and we are approaching winter. So maybe from now until next year, the spring or whatever, I don't know how long you have to like gear up for festivals, and planning and stuff, but I'm hearing do it. Do it. Maybe it's just a party. Maybe it's something you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's something for the holidays. Maybe you were thinking about having your own Thanksgiving, but you've never done that before. I remember when I was younger having like my first holidays without my parents when I had my own place, like just how exciting that was to do it my way. And, I would keep the traditions that I liked from my family, but then for other things, I did what I wanted to do or did things that I thought were cool or different or interesting. hold on, I'm getting my sweatshirt. All of a sudden it got really cold in here. Um, it's like I live in the Pacific Northwest, and it's like when the sun, well, this is anywhere, but when the sun goes, man, holy crap, it feels like it can drop like 30 degrees. Anyway, so yes, I just saw a little fairy fly by. So yes, do it. Maybe there's some, maybe you're like, oh, they have this gathering and that gathering. And, speaking of the Pacific Northwest, like we have country fair, but I see pictures and stuff and I'm always like, I want to go. I want to go. And Spirit's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And I was like, okay, so maybe you're somebody who wants to create some type of festival that's different than any other festival that anyone's ever seen. Maybe it's something where it's just empaths, because imagine that, because empaths are so sensitive and we understand that we don't like things super loud, or, we don't like certain surprises or things, you know what I mean? So it could just be, something like that, where you've like, I've gone to this festival, or I've gone to that, but I've gone to that fairy festival or that vampire, workshop, whatever it is, and you want your own thing, do it. Oh my gosh, the fairies are flying around like crazy. I'm getting a lot of fairy energy, a lot of fairy medicine. I was feeling fairy in medicine in some of the other piles too. There's a lot of fae in our group here, lots of witches, healers, and deep down believers. And we come from, a lot of us come from, different realms, angel realm. I feel like this is just my understanding, okay? So take from it what you will. It doesn't mean that it's concrete. It's just how it feels to me. But I feel like the angel realm isn't just angels. I feel like dragons, unicorns, Pegasus, like fantastical things like that, elvish, fairy. I think we come from a different place that's like healing and loving. And, we're just like the support team on all the planets and all the galaxies in the universe, we are one. And so we have to remember, as empaths, because obviously you guys, that came up. So we've got a lot of empaths in this reading. Empaths, we forget that we are sponges and we can pick up things from other people that are not healthy for us. So smudging is really important for you too. So if you're having a party, make sure, if you're having a gathering or something like that, make sure that you smudge. It's number 27, which is also the number 9. It could be for someone's 27th birthday. But I love this because this is the, I believe this is in the waxing crescent energy. It's very tiny, very much a sliver. It's almost like not there at all. So it could maybe like a new moon, like right after the new moon, but maybe not on the new moon. Or you do it like the day after the new moon, you know what I mean? So it's something new. And, you can make your own rules on this festival or this gathering, this party, whatever you're going to be doing. You can make your own rules. You can say, children aren't allowed. You're not being a dick. Sometimes, I love children. We all love children, right? Most people love children to a certain degree, right? Some people will be like, I hate kids. And then they have kids and they're like, well, I love my kids, and hate's a strong word. But yes, littles are more challenging and difficult. So if you're wanting to have a gathering and something special where it's quiet and, you want people to be able to hold space for each other or cry or talk about maybe you need to start a group in your area of other like-minded people like yourself. Maybe you're missing the community. So you put something up at your favorite coffee shop and say, do you have nowhere to go for Thanksgiving? Something like that. But somewhere that you feel like, not that unsavory people can't go to your local coffee shop, but you know what I mean? Just be mindful of like where you're putting it out, or put the word out, or just say, hey, say you do go to a coffee shop and you know them really well. And you're like, hey, can you keep these flyers back there? And if you feel any cool energy, like hand this over to them, or you feel, because like when I used to go this last summer to the farmer's market, we had someone that we loved. I'd be like, dude, pick my stuff out, pick it out, because their intuition was so good. And I call it intuitive eating. So it's beautiful to have the person who actually grew the food, connect with you and are like, oh yeah, this feels good for you. This feels good for you. We all have different, we all have intuition, but we all have different, forms of intuitive gifts. So maybe you're trying to find a group that grows food, and you know what I mean? So I just feel like before we read this, because I do believe we're meant to read it. Did you just say you are not? And let me just say, did you just say we're not meant to? Hold on one second. Okay, so we are going to read from the book. 939 was an angel number, and then it went to 940, and so 94, okay, or 940. When I call numbers out, welcome to the new people, and welcome back to those who keep coming back. But if you we're drawn to those numbers. It's just for you to look up on your own. Angel number, numerology, whatever feels good to you. Okay? Okay, so the festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic event. Interesting that when I opened the book, it's on page 71, and that's the year I was born, and my birthday's approaching. And so I was just like, oh, yay, like whatever. And they're like, no, no, no. They're like, say birthday. So some of you are having a hard time. You want to have a party for your birthday. Oh, do you see that fairy fly by? This is like, my throat chakra is like, speak your truth, speak your truth. And there are people that you don't want to come, but you're afraid, which I know that sucks. Oh my gosh, listen to my throat. You must speak your truth. I had a birthday party some years ago, and there were people I wanted at my party, and there were people that I didn't want at my party. And I allowed a fellow light worker to push me to not invite this one person, even though I felt like with every fiber of my being, they were supposed to be there. But I let them do that. I let them manipulate me. They admitted later, what they did. And I was like, I got really upset because I was just like, you know what, that sucks, because I really feel like they were supposed to be there and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, there were other people I didn't really want to invite, but I kind of felt obligated to invite because it was a new friendship and they were fragile and whatever. Long story short, my party ended up being a shit show. And I had some amazing, beautiful creatures there. And then other people that I was like, oh my gosh, you are so immature. I cannot believe you're fucking doing that right now. Like, I couldn't even believe it. Like, I couldn't even believe it was happening. And then I realized that my gut was right, that I should not have invited them, because when they were in light, they were the most beautiful angelic being you ever wanted to be around in your entire life, and so creative and talented, beautiful, everything, inside, outside. But when they were in shadow or in dark, they could be so mean and so hateful and so like bratty. And they did that, and their behavior just blew my mind. And I was so embarrassed. I had to apologize to my other friends for their behavior. And they were like, that's okay. Like, that's just where they are. Like, it's okay. And I was like, it's not okay though. I'm like, my gut told me not to invite them. And they're like, seriously, it's okay. But, you learn your lessons. So, if you want to have a birthday party, this is a way to really get through to certain people and be like, I don't want you in my life right now. It may not be forever, and they may not like it and they may get pissed or whatever, especially family. I'm hearing for some of you, it's like you want to have people, but you don't want your family to come. That's fucking valid. You can say, you know what? I don't want to have my family and my friends together at my parties anymore. That's valid. That's normal, because when we have some relationships with our family, and we have some relationships with our friend and our coworkers, all of that. We have different relationships. So, and I've also made the mistake of trying to have a party and inviting like my coworkers and from my job and like my friends and family all in one room. And I'm like, wow, I have a very eclectic group of people, and I could tell that they didn't like each other. You know what I mean? So it's your party. You wear the crown. You get to decide how your party goes. And this goes for any holiday. I don't care. But this is specific for somebody for a birthday party, or someone who's thinking about throwing a birthday party for themselves. Yes, you should do it. Absolutely. So let me go through with Spirit, because there's a lot of stuff in the book, and I just want to see what they want us to read. Do we want to read this one right now? Okay, so we're going to go straight to the manifesting your dreams for the festival. Work with this symbol when assembling with others to create something incredible. Use it to help produce transformation. Oh, I got the chills all over my body. By employing the power of the people. Power of the people. Oh, and I heard rallies too. Like maybe some of you, I don't know if you're going to watch this before the election in the US in real time. This is November 5th, 2022, right before the lunar eclipse, the full moon in Taurus. So it's going to get pretty intense and crazy over here in the United States, and for the world, because we affect the world so much. That's not ego. That's just the truth. It sucks, but it's the truth. I'm saying it sucks for the bad stuff that our country does. But if you want to like form a rally or do something or fight back or whatever, Spirit's saying yes. If you feel like that it's your plate, you're like, I was born to be a warrior. You probably have dreams of like wielding swords and like taking up arms, or like, Joan of Arc moments where you want to fucking shave your head and you're like, I'm forward march, like let's go kick some ass. Let's take our people, our power back. Yes. I mean, my throat chakra has felt like it is on fire this whole time. And there's this pollen in front of me from the flowers. And I was just like, is that what's bothering me? And I'm like, no, like I really feel it. And I feel like you guys need to speak your truth. Like it's almost like you're dying inside for not speaking your truth or speaking against your family or speaking against your whomever. Insert your story here. But there's something really major going on right now. And that's what's holding you back. And, think of all these other, don't think of the people who are holding you back. Think of the people who need you. Spirit said, think of the people who need you because your life purpose is to help others and take care of others. That does not mean you have to take care of your friends and your family who don't take care of themselves. It does not mean that. It does not mean that, okay? You are putting something together that's so fantastic that it's creating an energetic blueprint for a fantastic event, like life-changing. You don't know whose lives you're going to change. You don't know when you're walking, through the grocery store and you keep seeing this same person and they look like they're about to kill themselves. Like you can just feel their energy as empaths. You're like, something is really wrong. That's when you use your voice and your throat chakra. You break through those fears and you go up to them in public. Oh, look at my throat's relaxing. So either you do that or you're like, I've always wanted to do that. Do it. And you go up to them and you say, I just wanted to tell you that I love you. And whatever you're going through, it's okay. And I promise you, you're going to get through it. Do you need a hug? You don't know how much you could save someone's life. I have done it. I've seen it. I mean, when I was on Facebook years ago, when I first got on Facebook, it blew my mind how many people emailed me from high school that told me that, like, the funny thing is I did get some too that told me like that, I was an asshole and blah, 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 but looks like I've really like grown up or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, it doesn't tell me how you really feel. Which they weren't wrong. But other people on the other end, I got people who were sending me messages saying, I was going to kill myself. Do you remember that one time in gym class? And I was like, and I felt like a dick. I'm like, I don't remember. They're like, no, you don't remember because you were just like that. You just took care of people. You were good. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? We'll talk to this guy because he says I was a fucking asshole, because we're always going to play the villain and we're always going to play the hero in someone's story. So in this story, you're allowed to be anything you want to be. And it doesn't make you a villain because you don't want to have people in your life who crush your fucking soul. It doesn't mean that you're the villain in somebody's life because they want you to take on their problems and their frustrations and their bullshit because they can't do it themselves. No. 1736. Okay, so work with this symbol when assembling with others to create something incredible. Use it to help produce transformation by employing the power of the people. Real and lasting change can come from big festivals and events, which has been proven throughout the course of history. If you have a dream to create something fantastic with thousands of harmonious souls, this is the symbol for you. Oh, yay! I'm so excited for your reading 3. Oh, I can't wait. I want to go. I want to go to your festival. Please, please, please let me know. And your party. You know what I mean? It's like, and maybe you want to do an online party. Maybe you're feeling so low that you like put out like an invite for an online party for like Zoom. Cause I'm getting that too. Maybe where you live in your community, maybe you live in a really small town and there is seriously like one other person like you and you guys don't talk about it because you know what I mean? Whatever it is. We have people in this tribe from all over the world, and I love you. Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. I feel so proud and so blessed to be this medium for you to help channel these messages from Spirit to you so that you can get pumped up and know that you have it in you to do this. I'm so proud of you. Spirit's proud of you. You can do this. We believe in you. And reach out. Start a Pinterest and put it out into public. You just don't know. You just got to cast that net out, though. Use the spider spirit animal medicine. Weave your web of beautiful magic and light and love. I'm telling you, you don't even know how many lives you'll save. Not to mention, how many times have you gone to a concert? Oh, do you see that fairy fly through? Thank you, Spirit. And that angel. How many times have you gone somewhere to a public? Oh, look at, they're all coming out now. Yay. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my gosh, you bless us so much. But, oh my gosh, they're just everywhere. I can feel them all over me. That's why I'm just like all giddy. But that one thing, and it changes your life forever. That one event where you're like, that one concert. And when you're 8, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, you'll go, oh man, that one time I love that event. Somebody put that together for you. And now it's your turn. Until next time, all of my information is in the description box below, and take really good care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, blessed be. Oh.